Here they come, heading across the ice. They try hard not to fall down, in fact they'll try it twice. Hey, hey, they're the Iceholes, and people say they're not too polite. But they're just busy questing to end this endless night. They'll visit East Haven and Targos too. They don't have time for a long rest. A short one will have to do. Hey, hey, they're the Iceholes, and people say they're not too polite. But they're just busy questing to end this endless night. Trying hard to make friends now. Hey, Sven's unconscious again. Look, it's still really dark out. Nothing really rhymes with again. Hello, everybody. If I've done this correctly, for the first time in a few weeks, you're going to be able to hear me right away. I'm going to wait for the chat to confirm that.
The intro just started playing for me.
Oh, yeah. No, you're super laggy.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, Jake, hello. So, on the assumption that you can hear me and that I've done this correctly, welcome to episode 10 of the Iceholes. This episode is called Just Chillin'. I am your host, Gary. I will also be your dungeon master for tonight. Always happy to introduce the Iceholes. So let's start with Anthony and go around the horn. Who are you and what do you do?
Hello, I'm Anthony. I am owner of Talon and Claw. We make wooden D&D accessories. And I play Jacques Friest in the Iceholes campaign, who is a gnome sorcerer who doesn't always think things through and just kind of wings it.
Travis.
Yep, I am Travis, at GM_Travis_ on the Twitterverse. I play Sven Stormeye Jorgensen, a Goliath barbarian who likes to hit things and protect his friends.
Sylvia.
Hi, I'm Sylvia, and I like to make things and do things, and Travis' partner, so I got roped into this, and I just joined the group as a small female Lightfoot halfling.
Okay, Lexi.
Hey, I'm Lexi. I make vaults at Talon and Claw. I am playing Holly, the wildfire druid, who is basically just a healer at this point. But we'll see if I can change the fate on that a bit.
Allie.
Checking to see if I'm on mute. Hi, I'm Allie. I play Isadora. I'm a half elf rogue, and that's all I can really tell you. And I wing it every game.
Nobody can tell. I am your dungeon master. I am Gary. You may have seen me as the DM for Quest for the Cure, or as Cicero on Cyberpunk Independence, or as the senior pirate legend on this very channel's Sunday night Sea of Thieves stream. We're happy you're along with us. Last time we were together in episode 9, the Iceholes brokered a deal with some gnolls. If they were to kill the gnoll leader, the Iceholes would be allowed to leave freely. But what they didn't know is that the gnoll leader was actually a vampire named Chizka. He knocked down both Isadora and Sven repeatedly, but fortunately Jacques Friest and Lexi were able to pick up the slack, and with a mighty blow, Sven Stormeye Jorgensen was able to separate the vampire's head from his shoulders, and Allie, despite not being the flame druid, set him on fire, as is her wont. They found something very strange, a wriggling humanoid beneath a blanket, and it turned out that it was a Lightfoot halfling. They found out that she had been captured and was being saved for the vampire's next meal. Unfortunately, her friend Nabira was not quite so lucky. Izzy asked the heroes to return with her to East Haven so that they could bring her fishing tackle box back to her family. And that is where we will start our quest. On the road back to East Haven. What do you all do? You're heading south.
What time of day is it?
Dark time.
Oh, I suppose
Right,
that is always the case.
Yeah. In this endless night.
How far away from town are we?
From East Haven, you're about a day's travel from East Haven from where you are. You're quite a bit north from where East Haven was. You have to go across the tundra. So you're going to need to figure out how to get where you're going and make sure you don't get lost.
Okay.
So I would love to know how y'all are doing that.
Do we want to look for more sleds and sled dogs, or do we want to just hoof it?
Oh, I think that we could just take a walk. It'd be fine. The last time we had to take care of dogs, it just became this whole thing, and then we had to protect them, and then I almost yeeted Jacques into his death and stuff like that, and that's just horrible.
To be fair, he yeeted himself into his almost death.
What's a reverse yeet, like a fall? Is there a technical term for that?
I like reverse yeet.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty good at reverse bails, reverse yeets. Yeah, I'm good at reverse.
So, are you just going to continue forward, or are you going to stop in a town to take a bit of a longer route to East Haven, or are you just going to cross the tundra and head there?
What towns are between us and there?
Really only Caer Konig, which is the smaller town that was on the north side of the lake.
Is that the one where we took the planks from the store?
Oh, where you robbed what little they had? Yeah, that's what you did.
Oh yeah, okay.
We avoid there in case of prosecution. Wood sealers.
The Woodworkers Guild of Caer Konig?
They're after us.
And I can't remember, did we take a long rest after the whole thing?
Not yet.
What?
Oh, I had that we
Didn't
took
we?
one long rest because I restored my hit points halfway.
Oh, all
Yeah.
right. Cheese weasels. All right, fine. We'll say that you had a long rest, but now you're heading across the terrain. What do you
I mean,
do?
I'd say we get going. I mean, I'm a natural explorer, and the icy tundra is kind of my terrain, so I should never get lost.
Okay.
Let's do
We'll
it
follow
then.
your lead then.
All right. So
yeah.
you have tundra terrain as a ranger?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Make me a survival
Arctic.
Sure. Make me a survival check with advantage, please.
Survival. I never had to use this character yet. Sorry. There we go. Wisdom. Why is it wisdom? Trav, why is it not rolling for me?
Are you clicking on the plus whatever next to survival?
Yes.
Well,
My-
just roll your d20 and then
Yeah.
My
That's
character
fine.
does not like me right now. I'm sorry. Oh, I know why. I don't have any dice either. Trav, do you want to roll for me real quick while I troubleshoot? I'm sorry, guys.
Technical difficulties where
natural 18. I'll go bring you some real dice.
Thank you.
Okay.
Natural 18. So you're able to plot a course. You're able to plot a course through the tundra. There aren't many signs or demonstrable markings in this part of Icewind Dale. It's really just flat open terrain between East Haven and the Cackling Chasm where you were. But you're able to recognize that you're going south because you've spent a lot of time on the tundra and you don't really get turned around that much. You travel for about 6 hours. And then may I have a perception check from everyone, please?
Oh, this should be good.
Let's see how Hawkmere's dice do this time.
Uh-oh.
Got a 16.
16. Okay.
15 from the Jacques Friest.
Okay.
What am I rolling?
Perception.
11.
Okay.
10.
And I got 19.
All right. None of you really noticed anything out of the ordinary. But you're starting to get tired from the travel. It is quite a long trip. Thank you for the re-roll, Jake. Always appreciated, DM to DM. So what are you going to do? Are you going to push on past the point of being tired, or are you going to try and find a suitable spot for you to rest?
We should definitely settle down, I think. We're not in any rush, right?
Okay. Does anybody who has survival trained? Is it just Isadora and Izzy
I
and
have it too.
Sven? Jeez Louise. Okay. So do I even have enough d20s for this? Yeah. Okay.
Oh god.
Oh no.
All right. Isadora, what is your survival bonus? So what is your bonus to the d20 roll?
Six.
Huh. Okay. So that's that number. Okay. Holly, what's your bonus to survival?
+5.
It's 5. Okay, that's that number.
That's that number.
Izzy, what's yours?
Not ominous.
5 as well.
Okay, that's that number. And Sven, what's your bonus?
Big old 2.
Ooh.
Deuce.
Bring it
All
up
right.
over here.
So you were able to find a spot to camp. Seems great.
Cool.
You love it.
Not great.
Nothing ominous about that.
Anyone else like not fucking believe a word he says?
He
You
could
feel
just
great
be
about it.
using his DM mind tricks on us as well.
That is true.
Yeah, we're
But,
gonna die.
Start setting up camp, I suppose.
I
Okay.
guess so.
Are you going to do anything during the night?
Like keep watch, you mean?
Whatever you want. I don't want to put words in your mouth. You're the Iceholes.
Wow. We should keep watch.
Okay.
I'll do first watch.
Do we want to do 6 watches or 3 watches and 2?
Oh wow. Now you're really breaking this down.
No.
I was gonna say
three-
I,
3
I
watches.
also
is nice.
I also have a mythical animal that can watch for us too and be kind of a alarm system.
Oh, we like having you here.
Yeah,
This
they-
is great.
Feel safer already.
Okay. For no reason at all, could I have the watch order, please?
Okay, wait. Are we doing 6 or a 2-2-2, or are we just all sleeping and letting the animal take care of us?
Holly will take first watch.
Okay.
Yes, I can go second.
Who has dark vision? What's it called? Dark vision?
I do.
Night vision.
Night vision? Does
I
anyone
do
know?
not?
I think everybody except Holly and Izzy.
Yeah,
That's
I
why I
don't.
was-
But I will turn
Um,
into a wolf for my watch.
Okay.
Okay,
And I'll summon Pazuzu, my little mythical creature, to help
Okay.
me watch.
amazing.
Of course, Holly and Pazuzu. Yep. Who's on third watch?
I'll take third.
I'll take fourth.
Okay.
And I'll sleep the entire night, I guess.
Alright. Awesome. So Sven is sleeping.
You need it, you boy.
Isadora,
Ah,
you said you're on third watch, right?
Uh-oh.
What's your passive perception score? Should be in the bottom left of your character sheet there. It should be 10 plus your perception modifier. I'm not asking for any particular reason. I'm just
shut
more
up.
curious.
We know what you're doing. My passive perception, just my perception thingy.
It's your perception bonus plus 10. Yeah.
My perception bonus plus 10.
Yeah. So if your perception is plus 6, then it
Yeah.
will be 16.
I can math. So it's 14.
14. Okay. 14.
I knew it was like whatever time I picked, that was going to be the wrong time.
So, Isadora, you don't
Yes.
actually notice it.
What?
But a really bad storm has crept in, and it begins pelting all of you with ice and bitter cold. I'm going to need a Constitution saving throw from all of you. Sven, you roll with advantage.
Okie doke.
Ooh.
Constitution, is that CON over here?
Yes. Okay, Jacques Friest, what was your result?
21.
21. Okay, Sven.
23.
All right, Izzy.
18.
18. Holly.
20.
Isadora.
Well,
12. Okay. So everybody but the person who is awake is completely fine. It's like everybody's
Just slept
sleeping
through it.
completely bundled in their beds, dreaming of like sugar plums dancing in their heads, and Isadora's like, and she's getting pelted in the face. Isadora, you have 1 level of exhaustion.
what does that
What-
mean?
It means that on ability checks, you are going to have disadvantage. For your purposes, it's really only on initiative. So, if you roll initiative, you have disadvantage. You roll 2 dice and take the lower of the dice and then add your initiative bonus to it. But
Okay.
it can get worse. There are levels of exhaustion.
Why?
If you were to do something else,
I still
or
have
the
2 more
cold-
things to sleep.
or the cold was to continue getting to you, you would take another level of exhaustion. But it isn't quite so easy for everyone. Everyone is going to take 7 points of piercing damage from the icy particulate that is sailing through the air. Okay, so that was eventful and enjoyable. Isadora, is there anything that you want to do? Do you want to talk to your friends now that the storm
No,
you
I
didn't
just
see
want to
coming?
do this.
Oh, okay. What you realized as the storm was coming in is actually none of you really noticed that you were in a particularly sheltered area, but it was sheltered because the wind and snow has carved it out. So it's almost like a channel for the ice and snow, because none of you rolled particularly well on your survival checks. But you thought you did. You thought you
true.
did great.
I didn't, I don't think.
You're all able to eventually get some sleep. The blizzard will pass you over and you're able to recover. But Isadora does have that lingering level of exhaustion, which doesn't go away until her next long rest.
Yep.
All right. It's a time that maybe you'd like to get up. It's roughly 6 hours from where you were before. What would you like to do?
Let's keep
Quick-
going.
I'd like to go back to
quick question.
sleep.
I have a quick question to the DM.
Yes.
Because I got hit or bit or whatever repeatedly from that vampire knoll, and it kept making my top HP go down and down and down.
Mhm.
So I have 45 normally. I'm at
Yes.
28.
Yes.
So after a long rest, what does it go up to now?
It goes up a half of what's missing.
Half of what's missing. Okay.
Yeah, so you said you're 17, so you're 17 off maximum, so you get 8 back.
Okay.
And then next time you'll get 5 back, and then in a couple days you'll fully recover.
Be back to normal. Okay.
Okay. It's a long trip between the Cackling Chasm and East Haven. By the time you pull your sleds into the town,
Wait, do we have sleds?
well, you have a sled.
Oh.
None of you are riding it, but you're walking it. Your gear is on top of the sled. By the time you come into East Haven, you're all dog tired, especially you, Isadora. You feel like the cold has gotten into your bones, almost as though it's weighing you down like waterlogged clothing on a cold day. But
Doing okay, Isadora?
sorry, Lexi asked you a question, Isadora.
I'm sorry, my cat yelled at me.
Oh.
And I missed it.
You doing okay, Isadora?
I don't know. I just can't shake it. Like I feel really tired. Like I could use another long rest real soon.
Well, hopefully nothing goes on in the town.
Well,
Fingers crossed.
fingers crossed, but if history has anything to say about it, I don't think that's going to be the way that goes.
Yeah,
Hmm.
we'll see.
But thanks for asking.
So, Izzy, you're quite familiar with this town. This is where your friend Nibiru was from, and it was where your fishing operation was based out of. So you know more or less how to get to her family's house. It's really up to you. There's a tavern where you can talk to people, or you can go straight to the house. It really depends on what you'd like to do.
Well, I would like to go to the house and drop off the goods, but it seems like I don't know if the group needs a rest first, especially Isadora. Should we go to the tavern and find a place to sleep and drop things off in the morning, or how does everybody feel?
Let's go drop everything off. I'm sure I'll
should
be
be fine.
fine.
Famous last words.
Okay. It's not a very big, East Haven is not a very big town, and you know exactly where you're going. After a few minutes, you've parked your dog sled, and in front of you is a very squat house. Unlike some of the other houses in this town, this one's actually dug in, so it's not quite as high, and the wall is actually just above your head, Izzy. What would you like to do?
I don't know. Is everybody with me still?
Everybody's with you. You've parked the dogs.
Okay.
The door is in front of you. It's just a different shape of house than the other houses. The other ones are sort of built above ground. This one feels more like it's dug into the ground, and it seems older than some of the rest of the houses.
I guess knock on the door.
Okay. After a moment, you hear shuffling from the other side of the door, and you hear the plodding of heavy steps up the upstairs. The creaking of a door, and you can see down into the house. It's actually 6 feet down into the ground, and a human man with gray flecks of hair or gray flecks of color at his temples look up at you and says, "Izzy, I didn't expect you back so soon. Where's Nibira?"
I come with bad news. We were captured, but I wanted to come back and let you know and bring back her items that she cherished.
So, you don't say it, but he knows instantly as soon as he sees you and Nibira's not there that she died. And he sort of he looks down for a moment. And he looks back at you. And he says, "Well, at least you made it home. Please, come in. My wife will put some tea on for everyone, and you can tell me what happened to my Nabby." A squat human with completely gray hair you can hear her sobbing in the background, but fumbling with metal and tea. She drops a cup on the ground and it shatters. It's a very hard, packed earth floor, but it's very warm. It's almost as though the ground is capturing some of the heat from the fire that a younger daughter is continually stoking. And he invites you all to sit down.
Holly does so.
What is Isadora?
I'll have a nice sit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sven will sit on the floor because he doesn't want to break any furniture by accident.
And I'll join them all.
He will sit down as well, and he says, obviously, Nabby and Izzy were friends for some time. I know her well, but none of you are familiar to me. I am Darko. Darko, you he sort of, his eyes are welling up and he's tripping over his words. This is my wife Ellie Mae. And this is our daughter, Philomena. The daughter sort of, you can hear her sobbing into her pillow. And the wife is shaking as she brings you the cups of tea. She goes to console her daughter after all of you are served. So, Izzy, what happened to my girl?
Well, we were captured. Um, we tried to fight. She put up a really good fight, but in the end, I was bound and I heard her scream, and then the screaming stopped. I was later on found by these great adventurers, and they helped me escape and bring her belongings back to you.
I need you to be honest with me, Izzy. Is there anything left of her that we can put in the ground?
I don't think so. Nothing was found. We had to get out of there as quick as possible. But here's her tackle box. Maybe it has something personal of her left.
The mother begins wailing now. As soon as you say that there's nothing left, the mother starts wailing. The father grips the edge of the table as if he was trying to keep himself up. This endless night has taken so much from all of us. I suppose it's only fair that we who were spared contribute. I thank you for the great pains that you took to bring Nabby's stuff back to us, but we have no need of it. Her memory will sustain us in time. For now, the pain will. But you keep it, Izzy. Perhaps her belongings will bring you more luck than it did to her. And he sort of goes quiet for a really long time. And what do the rest of you do?
Holly will stay silent for a few moments, and then can you tell us about your daughter? Tell us about all the stuff that she did in her life. We can celebrate her life.
Yes, of course. My Nabby was like a lightning bolt, always going somewhere and doing something with a speed and ferocity that was unparalleled. You see, she was smaller than everyone from the time she was very young up until even just now. She always felt like she had something to prove. Perhaps that's why she went so far to feed our family. She would always smile and say, "Papa, it'll be okay. We've always made do, and that's not going to stop today." And I hope that in time, I'll be able to say those words again and mean them.
I do as well.
Is there anything I can help with? I have some money left from before we were captured, because I know she was saving up to feed you guys.
No. You are a generous friend, and you always have been. But we'll be okay. Just keep her in your heart, and I hope that she'll keep you warm during this endless winter. But he pats his head, and he looks at all of you in turn, and he says, I have to attend to my family now. And he stands. He reaches in to give you a hug, Izzy. And if you let him, he'll hug you tightly.
I'll hug him right back.
And he'll whisper in your ear, you'll always have a place here. Anytime you need one. And he lets you go. And as he lets you go, his hands kind of slide along your arm until they cup your hand, and he holds your hand tightly. You see tears starting to well up his eyes, and he lets you go, almost turning you away toward the door.
And I'll signal to everyone that we should get going and get our rest and leave them to mourn as a family.
Jacques had an icicle tear for him, and he just kind of breaks it away from his cheek and gets up and walks out.
Holly finishes her tea and puts it down and thanks them for their hospitality.
Yep, Sven gets up, looks around. It's like, well, you got this, Donnie. You're going to be okay.
Isadora is a little uncomfortable with all the emotion, so she just gets up and pats him on the shoulder and tries to get out of there.
That's rough, buddy.
So just to clarify, you're giving the old and piecing out?
Yeah.
Okay. That seems like an Isadora thing to do. So you've exited, and he follows you up the stairs, and he says, before closing it, stay warm, my new friends. And the door shuts with a crack. Where would you go? What would you like to do now?
I need a drink.
I was gonna say, you said there was a tavern, so
Yes,
we should
yeah.
definitely go to the tavern. I think we all need a drink after this.
Okay.
Shot, everybody.
The tavern is small. It's the same one that you went to before. It's a silver dragonborn bartender, the same one that you met previously. And he sort of leans in and says, it's been some time since we've seen you. Welcome back. Please, join me. What news of the outside world? You've been gone for some time.
It's always night and it's cold.
Ha! So
Very
it's the
cold.
same.
Yep. You're not missing out on much, my friend.
So
Yeah.
do you have anything that you want to, what would you like to order? Do you have anything you want to chat with him about?
Can we get a round of stiff drinks for everyone?
The stiffest.
Yes, please.
That's what she
And
said.
he'll pour each of you a drink, and he'll say, why so downtrodden? You look like you've seen a ghost.
Yeah.
We're cheersing to the life of Izzy's friend. And then we all take it. I'm going to take it in one gulp.
Well, far be it for me to allow such a noble toast to pass without my blessing. And he'll pour a shot for himself, and he'll drink one. Holly, your passive perception is high enough. You actually hear somebody mumbling. You're the only one that does. You hear the voices of the patrons, and they're having normal conversations, but you hear somebody mumbling to themselves, and it's out of place, and you're the only one who hears it.
Can I try and focus in and listen to what it is?
Absolutely. Make me a perception check, please.
16.
You can't really make out the words from this position, but you know exactly where it's coming from. There's a figure. They have dark skin. The hair is tucked in beneath a thick wool cap, but you see streaks of white. The person is actually in front of the fireplace, and they're sort of rocking back and forth, as if unsettled by something.
I'm gonna kind of point it out to the group and stand up and try and get a little bit closer without disturbing them.
Sure. Make me another perception check.
Ooh, higher. 19.
Okay, so as you get closer and you're doing so subtly, they really aren't paying attention to you at all. It seems to be a drow, which strikes you as odd because drow are very uncommon in Icewind Dale, and the drow is sort of rocking back and forth and in time shaking their head like as if they can't believe it, and you hear them muttering about something like, I didn't see it, but it was there, and then it was gone. So they're having a conversation with themselves. Will you approach or will you stay away?
Didn't we see someone else rocking and mumbling in front of the fire somewhere else?
Mm-hmm.
The fires have mind control.
I will approach.
Okay.
And make my presence known.
The drow shakes out of their stupor and I'm sorry. Did you want to spot in front of the fire? And he sort of slides over on what's a fairly narrow chair and invites you to sit down.
Holly just shrugs and sits down next to him.
It isn't long before he's sort of focused inwardly again. He said, "The dragon. It was there. It was in the sky, and then it was gone, like it was never there. I don't understand."
I'm sorry to eavesdrop, but a dragon? Have you seen a dragon in these parts?
Shh! Never use the D word. Everyone is listening. And he looks around. I just came from Bryn Shander. My name is Sidris. The Silver Tongue, they call me. I'm a merchant. Business has been slow here in Icewind Dale since the Endless Night, but I have been able to make a living selling sleds, as they seem to go missing more than you'd expect.
Yeah, I can believe that.
The people in Bryn Shander said there was a dragon. The biggest dragon they'd ever seen. The biggest dragon they'd ever heard of. They said it blocked out all light from above. They said that was what was causing the Endless Night. Ooh, Lexi dropped out. Okay. And I don't know where my phone is. All right. Allie, could you sign into the Zoom with your phone, please? Thank you. Lexi was the one talking to him. This is awkward. So somebody else is going to overhear this conversation so we can continue. And they said somebody heard a massive crack of lightning and thunder and the biggest dragon they'd ever seen or heard of. A worm of legend. ridden by a figure I don't even understand. But bear with me one second. There we go. You can shut your video off, Allie.
You don't want to see up my nose?
Not particularly, no. All right, so and then
So I guess Sven will probably just be sitting there staring. Like everybody else is kind of going, he's just kind of staring off into space, but he noticed that Holly went over there, just kind of like, hand on his chin, just like just kind of staring in that general vicinity, and then overhears dragon and thunder. He's like, oh, what the heck are they talking about over there? And he gets up and kind of like wanders over.
and
he's like,
he sort of says, nobody can say for sure, but I saw it.
So it was like thunder, like you feel the thunder, like lightning and the thunder.
Yes, and the clash of swords and axes against scales echoing across an eternity of snow.
Oh wow, that
The
sounds
room-
pretty intense. Where were you when all this happened?
I wasn't there. I just heard the stories.
Oh,
But I saw the worm fall. The impact on the ground was like nothing I'd ever felt. It was.
wait a second. So it's a worm now? I thought it was a dragon.
Shh.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was a big scaly thing that flew, that breathes fire and whatnot.
It breathed a hateful blizzard.
That tracks.
I didn't see the worm alive, but after it hit the ground, it was like the world moved. I gathered my courage and I went to see where the creature fell.
Oh, geez. So you heard the stories, and then you saw the thing, and then you saw it fall, and then you're like, oh, geez, I should go investigate?
In hindsight, it was not one of my better plans.
Oh, well, sometimes when things are super interesting, you just have to do it. Like, so when I'm out on the lake, I like to fish, right? And so I go out there and I have my special fish call that I use to call them in, and it's really cool. You know what? We could go to the lake sometime. We should really go over there and fish. But anyways, yeah, so that probably wasn't the greatest idea, but sometimes those are the most fun.
But that is not the most frightening news.
Oh no, what happened?
I saw creatures, goblins riding war sleds, pulled by massive white bears. They were stripping the dragon, cutting its scales from its flesh, prying its teeth out of its mouth. One goblin was squishing at its eye, trying to steal it. I don't know what became of the worm's corpse, but I know that I couldn't stay, because such an operation is beyond a mortal like me. I fled into the night and was lost for days. Luckily, I had my cold weather gear and some rations, otherwise I would have died.
And how long ago did you say that was?
Days. I wandered for days. I can't say exactly for sure. All right, Lexi's Bach.
Do you want me to hang up?
I can boot you, in theory, if she comes back.
Rude.
Sorry about that.
So, okay. Now I have to do this.
Welcome back.
And I have to
This
do
computer
this.
is flash legs.
No, that's not right. Perfect. And he says, I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I couldn't have. Arvaturus. No. No.
Well,
God.
that would be a pretty cool thing to see, though. Do you think you could give me some sort of direction as to where we might go to find that? Investigate a little bit more? I mean, I'm more equipped to probably handle it than you might be, so it could be a fun adventure, you know?
No, no good can come of that. But if you insist, south, between Brinchander and Targos, is where the worm's corpse was. Days from here, but you could make it if you try. Though, there'll be nothing left by this point. The goblins were effective in their work.
Well, I've seen a couple goblins here and there, but they've never done things quite as organized as what you were saying. You said they had war sleds? What the heck is a war sled? Is it like a sled, but it has like a fiery like thing painted on the side of it so it goes faster?
Flame
Or
decals?
oh yeah.
What's a decal?
Oh, it's a southern thing. Don't worry about it.
No, there's swords on the side of it. They stick out. And there's a great white bear in the front of it with a spiked collar that goes around its neck and across its shoulders.
Well, that just sounds cute.
You're mad. Mad, I say. Begins
Well, I
rocking.
had a friend who was a polar bear growing up, so I mean, I like them. They're fun.
Do you think you can diplomatize for us, Sven?
Well, I don't know where he is now. I mean, that was when I was like a kid, but I mean, I
just assumed
suppose.
that if you were friends with one bear, you could be friends with another bear, but that could
Well,
just
I
be
mean, I could
ignorant.
try. I do have my special abilities, don't you know?
Yeah.
All right,
Hit me
so
with one of them.
why don't you, somebody, actually, it's going to be Sven or Holly, make me a persuasion check.
Yeah, that'll be Holly.
I'm not much better at it, but I will give it a shot.
Yep.
2. Or sorry, 3.
Yeah,
No.
my roll was a 1, so I mean
No.
that's
Oh.
3 times as good
We're
as
doing
mine.
great.
He sort of looks around and leans in and says, "No. Arvaturus is the White Death. I have too much on my conscience already. I won't send you to yours."
Respectable. That's respectable. But
Besides, there would be
if you
nothing
think about
left.
it, if you don't tell us about it, then we're just gonna wander looking for it, and we may die from wandering aimlessly.
He raises a finger and says, "Yes, that's true. You may. But the corpse of Arvaturus is certain death. There is no
Alright.
chance there."
Fair enough.
And he says, "No, leave me to my drink. I've seen too much and need my mind to rest."
Holly will go back to the group.
So what was that about?
Dude's been drinking a lot.
Same.
Something about a dragon, a large worm corpse. That's all.
Is the dragon the worm? Is the worm the dragon?
I kind of spaced out in the middle of the conversation. Honestly, I don't know what was said.
God must have hit you hard.
I don't drink that often, so when I do, it just sometimes catches me off guard.
Gary, you can't give yourself
Sven will come over.
rerolls.
What the hell was that? Okay, sorry. So Sven will come over too, along with Holly, and just kind of like as she's explaining stuff, he'll just kind of just nod and be like, "Oh yeah," and then you said that thing about the dragon. Oh, sorry, the worm. You know, the little worms. Yeah, and then there's the goblins, and there was the war sleds, and then there's this polar bear that looked really cool. So, it's just like he said a whole bunch of things.
I've never seen a bear in person.
But did he say where this worm is? Is it something we need to find? Is it worth it? Like, what's going on?
So he gave us kind of like this general vicinity and was like, "Oh yeah, so the corpse of Avaturus, something like that." He was just like, "Oh yeah, it's down there south between Brinchender and Targos," and I was like, "Oh yeah, I definitely know those places." But ultimately, I was just kind of waiting for him to tell us, like, where exactly it was. It's like, "Oh yeah, it'll take you days and you'll never find it, and it's certain death." So I was thinking, oh, maybe we could send over. Maybe we could send over, somebody else to go over there and be like, "Oh hey, you want to drink with me? Oh yeah, you're so handsome. Oh yeah, that's so good there, eh?" And then see if you can butter him up, so then you'll tell us.
Isadora?
Wow. Sure, I'm already liquored. I'm going to go to the bar, and I'm going to get 2 more drinks, and I'm going to go back over and hand him a drink and be like, "Hey, what's up? I heard you talking about a dragon, and I really dig dragons. Where can I find this dragon?"
Stop saying that word.
D? Where can I get the D?
I'll tell you what. I don't know where you can get the D, and I have no interest in giving it to you. If you'd kindly take your drinks back to the bar, I already spoke to your friend and I told them I wouldn't tell you where Arviaturis's corpse was. You look for it yourself, or die trying. At least you have a chance then. If you find the corpse, it's certain death. Go, leave me now. You're interrupting my reverie.
Well, I feel shafted and not in the way I wanted. So I will take my drinks and go back to my friends, I guess.
Good.
Sometimes you can't find the things you need,
The entry point, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
All right. On that note, it seems a good time to take a break. Good thing this channel is rated for mature audiences. Thank you, everybody who's giving us rerolls. And to clarify,
it's just innuendo at this point.
Innuendo. That's what that was.
The dragon, the D.
Anthony.
You fully set us up for that.
Anthony cannot give himself rerolls with his unlimited channel points. Don't accept it.
I gave a reroll. I don't have unlimited. You can't.
I counted it.
Okay.
All of them except Anthony's were counted. So we're gonna take a quick 5-minute break.
Have you been counting all of Jake's infinite?
Jake doesn't have infinite points. Neither does Travis and I.
Yeah, but Travis and you can only do 1 a night.
Well, Travis and I can only do 1 a night, but that was never given to Jake. So Jake
I
can
guess
do all
Jake
day.
has the power. Yeah, Jake, you have the power.
I just redeemed one too for myself.
So thanks everybody for sticking with us. We hope you're having a good time. We're always happy to see you. We're going to go to break and then we are going to be right back. Give us a few minutes. We're going to get a drink.
Woo.
All right. Welcome back. Thank you all for sticking with us. We appreciate it. We promise we didn't spend the last 10 minutes talking about the D clip that was generously passed to us by Acerson and Jake. That didn't happen. Before we get into the game, I did want to mention one thing. Our friend from Legendary Pants has 2 more days on their Kickstarter. I'm going to put that link in chat. Even if you can't support it, please do share the link. They've been very good to Quest for the Cure, and there'll be more information on that at some point. So what do you all do next?
I want to open the tackle box that I've been carrying around that I'm now stuck with and see what's even in there. And just take what I want.
Really, there's nothing of note except a fish hook that looks particularly shiny, and you knew that Nabira was always careful not to lose.
Okay, I guess I'll pocket that one for later. Or do I actually, before I pocket it, do I notice anything else about it other than it being shiny? Is it anything else special?
No, not from a cursory examination.
Okay, then I'll just pocket it.
Okay.
And is there anything else I want to offer to the group in there that might be helpful to somebody else?
No, there's a few pieces of silver. There's a crude copper dagger. Nothing that anybody would really want.
All right, I guess I'll take the silver pieces too.
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, I have something I wanted to check. Like in game 3 or something, I found like a black pearl. Can I look at it?
Absolutely. Make me an investigation check.
Fucking hell. 9.
It's still in your pocket. You're able to find it without too much trouble, although you kind of have to rifle around in there to figure out where it is.
Awesome.
Maybe try looking at it another day.
Okay.
What would you all like to do now? It's getting late.
Well, we just had a long rest.
Well, you had a long rest on the way there, but that was like 8 hours ago because it took you 8 hours to get here. And then you talked to the people.
But you just told me I had another long rest and that I'm still tired.
Well, that's what we're going to do now if you take a long rest.
Yeah, okay, let's do that. Please.
Okay. Is that what everybody wants to do?
And then I think we should go looking for the D tomorrow. I'm just saying. Personally.
Yeah, so we rest up and then we'll go look for the D tomorrow.
You're talking about the D20, right? Y'all want to roll with advantage or?
Yes, the D20.
Okay.
Sure.
So you're able to rest the night. Everything normal happens. Travis, you get half your hit points back. But Isadora, the cold
goes totally back to normal.
The
She's
cold
so warm and toasty.
that infected your bones is just not something you can shake. So the exhaustion is going to remain with you for the rest of the day. Thank you, Mr. Pounds TV, for the raid. We appreciate that. We are Talon and Claw, and we are playing Iceholes, Rime of the Frostmaiden tonight. Thank you for checking out our show. So you're all going to go to bed, and you sleep through the night more or less uneventfully. But Sven, something interesting happens to you. When you wake up, there's a note that's pushed underneath the door of your room.
So I'll be getting up, doing my morning calisthenics, doing the jumping jacks and push-ups and the one-armed push-ups and everything, and then I'll get down there and I'll take a look at it. Oh, hey, what the heck is this there? Pick it up, open it.
So it's
What does it
written.
say?
It's written in what looks to be blood, and it's almost scrawled with a finger, as opposed to a stylus or pen of some kind.
You just went like 0 to 100 right there.
And it says, "She's broken through the ice. She's free. You have to find her."
She's broken through the ice. She's free. You have to find her. Written in blood.
And then,
Okay.
It's signed DD.
Did you just
Make
make
me-
up double D?
Make me a investigation check.
Investigation. Oh no. 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah, great. You've lost the note, and then you're like, oh crap, it's in my hand. Look, guys, I still have the note. Oh.
I go to blow my nose. Oh, oops. Gross.
Yeah. So that's what the note says. What do you do?
Okay. Well, obviously I'm gonna be bunking with Jacques.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna nudge him because he's still sawing logs. He doesn't get up early like I do
No.
and do morning calisthenics. He sleeps in when he can. So I'll go
He's
over
the
there
ED,
and I'll
not the eater.
exactly. So I'll poke him and be like, "Hey,
Yes.
you got to get up there. I have to show you something."
What do you, last time you showed me something in a hotel room, it was a bit alarming. Is it a little more tame this time?
Would you call a blood written letter a bit tame? Because I don't know if I would.
Oh yeah, that's fine. As long as-
Okay, yeah, then here you go.
Buttholes.
And then I whip it out and
Whoa.
I hand it over to him.
Jacques, make me an investigation check.
Oh, righty. So 19 plus. Yeah, plus 0, so 19.
So you noticed that the DD isn't actually initials. You sort of hold it up to the candle, and it says in some sort of very fine ink, or maybe animal grease. You can't tell exactly. There's a "the" in front of DD and a "rises" after it. So DD is written in blood, but "the" and "rises" are written in some other type of material, which Sven didn't see.
So I share that with Sven.
So wait, it's 2 Ds, but it says the DD rises.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
How
can
I'm
you
going-
not see that?
Well, I mean, you see that gunk there on the front? I kind of use this as a little bit of a tissue earlier.
Oh, a little snot rag there. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You probably shouldn't do that with blood written letters. They're kind of important.
Oh yeah, after I finished blowing my nose, it kind of like I got some on my lip and it tastes like iron. It's weird.
It's weird.
So yeah, so the DD rises. I don't know who DD is, but they don't sound like they sound kind of ominous.
Think back to the clue I gave you during the break.
The clue during the break. So you want me to metagame, is what you're saying.
Your character would remember what DD is what I'm saying to you. I'm not asking you to metagame. As dumb as he is, he's not going to forget.
You're insulting.
Did you give me more than one, or was it just that one?
I think it was just the one. Am I mixing up yours with somebody else's? Oh, that would be embarrassing.
Did I know someone with the initials?
No.
DD?
All right, now I'm just going to ask.
You might be confusing.
I might be confused. Was anybody a pirate in their backstory?
No.
Ah, damn it. Maybe it was somebody else. That's awkward. Okay.
That's a different life.
Yeah. Okay.
Different plane of existence.
A different plane of existence. So now we're playing the Heroes of the Plains. We're going to step into a different plane where one of you was actually. So instead of DD, it's going to say, meet me at the docks in an hour. But of course, you don't know when the note was left, so you have no idea when an hour is.
Okay. Um. Well, I guess I'll take a look at the note. Is it still in blood then at that point, or is it now
Yeah,
just
it's
normal?
still in blood. No, still in blood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then I'll just look at it and be like, well, I don't really know when this was dropped off, but I guess I'm gonna go fishing because down to the docks, right? Maybe somebody just wants to go fishing with me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll go fishing with you.
Yeah, let's go fishing.
So you're walking, all of you are gathered, and you walk up to the docks. And
Are we there? Did you wake us up?
yeah, you're all gathered.
They were loud enough, apparently. We heard them.
Okay.
And you approach the docks, and you see a cloaked figure wearing a very thick jacket, but it seems as you get closer and closer that they're actually bigger than the normal humanoid size. In fact, they are bigger than Sven.
That seems real big.
Yeah, because Sven is like 9 feet tall. So yeah, so Sven is going to go over there and call out and be like, "Oh, hey there, Yeatsley, how are you doing?"
Yeatsley? What kind of stupid name is that?
That's what we always wondered.
Your so as you approach, it's actually a large creature, and you can see that from their bearing that they're quite stocky. And it says, "Where's the water genasi that used to travel with you?"
Oh, she's gone.
Oh yeah, she had to leave and go home. She went back down to the south, I believe. Why? What's up?
She and I were the last two surviving members of the Dark Duchess.
Is that like a chocolate
Is
cake or
that-
something?
Ooh, that
It's
sounds really
Icewind.
good.
It's Icewind Dale. There hasn't been chocolate here for months. What is wrong with you, little
Such a
creature?
shame. Such
Very
a shame.
depressing.
The
Is it
voice
a
sort
gang?
of booms. No, it's a pirate ship. It
Oh.
was stuck in the ice, hundreds and hundreds of meters from the shore. The crew turned on each other. I left quickly to try and find help, but I wasn't able to. By the time that I returned, everyone was dead except for her. They had descended into cannibalism. It was dark, if you'll excuse my inarticulate wording.
Well, Sven kind of looks around at everybody else and is like, "Yeah, this guy kind of freaks me out a little bit." Just kind of says it under his breath, just like whispering it to the people next to him.
The ship was... I tried to salvage what I could, but it was wintry conditions, obviously. In the middle of a blizzard, I left quickly. I wasn't sure that I would survive. The ice reclaimed the Duchess, and for months, she was lost. But the ice has broken some in the last few weeks, and I got a message from someone who I know plies these shores for knucklehead trout, and he said that the Dark Duchess has risen from the water. I don't know what that means, and I hoped that she would help me. It seems the very least she could do, since she ate the rest of our crew.
So, I mean, it feels like you went to get help, and it took you a real long time if they had descended into cannibalism by the time you returned.
Right, you said hundreds of feet off the shore. Like, where'd you just jumped off the boat, ran on the ice, and then came back and everybody was eating each other?
Meters, hundreds of meters. It could have been miles for all I know. I wandered the wilderness for days.
Right. I mean, we're supposed to be looking for some D, but I guess we could help you instead of her. I don't know how much help we would be since we don't know who the Dark Duchess is.
And I was on a fisher boat, so maybe I can help navigate whatever we need.
Maybe. I'll be honest, I didn't exactly go back straight away. Maybe I should have, since they turned to cannibalism.
Well, I mean, no one's blaming you. If you had gone back earlier, you might have been eaten too.
No, I would have ate them all. Yeah, okay. Maybe you can help. So you go like that way, and then when you come to the ship, that's where you are. Yeah.
So I'm guessing you weren't the navigator then, right?
No. I was the guy who raised the anchor, and he sort of pushes his hood back, and you see the face of a hill giant.
Maybe like fixed the holes in the bottom of the boat.
Oh no, that was the lowest on the totem pole. Never saw the light of day, even when there was light of day. Ha! We called him the board bitch. Ho ho!
Oh yeah, well, I guess senior board bitch was probably pretty bored down there.
If you don't already have it, please assign yourself negative inspiration.
I try.
That was good. No.
That was real good.
So
yeah,
Yep.
Sven would look at him and be like, "Holy you're uglier than I am. High five."
You think that deserves a high five?
Well, you're bigger than me too, so I just thought it'd be
And
cool.
stronger.
So I'm naturally on Sven's shoulder, so I kind of finish the high five so Sven doesn't look like an idiot.
He will eventually high five you. So he says, "Okay, yeah, you guys can go there, and if you find anything, you can keep it. The only thing that I really want that I couldn't find was the log in the captain's quarters. It was in a box, and it's a book." I know, he points at Sven, I know you wouldn't know what that looks like, but they probably would. There's paper on the inside. It's like leather on the outside.
So it's a book.
Yeah, that's what I said. Maybe those two won't recognize what it is if you had to ask that question. But you three look smart enough to maybe be able to pick up what I'm putting down. Ho ho!
So Jacques kind of looks at the ground to see if he put anything down.
I've been
Oh,
muted
God.
this entire time.
Oh, in the name of the Frostmaiden, what have I done? Oh, God, I'm a hill giant. I think my intelligence is greater than your 5 combined. This is just the worst day of my life. What did I do to deserve this crew? Anyway, I'll be here in East Haven. I've rented this boat, so I'm just gonna sleep in it. You can just knock on the door when you're back, and bring the book. We can talk about.
What's the book again?
It does not surprise me that you don't know what it is, since the first thing you talked about was not related to any kind of book whatsoever. Your mind was on something other than schooling, I would imagine. There, little creature.
I was promised a dragon, but like whatever.
Did I promise you a dragon?
Hey, you're both not supposed to say that word. It's a forbidden
You're
word,
supposed to say
apparently.
D.
I was promised the D. Where's my D?
Who's gonna stop me from saying dragon?
Oh, I don't know. There's that one guy in the tavern.
Oh yeah, that one guy in the tavern is gonna stop me from doing something. Ho 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 ho. That was funny. You must be the funny one.
Sure.
Anyway, the ship is that way. If you go like that way, and you see a ship, that's probably the one you're looking for.
Cool, man. Thanks.
Yeah.
So is it fully landlocked, or do we need a boat to get to the ship?
Oh no, it's fully landlocked. That was the problem. They didn't know where to go, and
Is
they
it
all
stocked
sort
with
of.
anything?
I assume there's no food there since they ate each other.
That's a good
But you feel free to keep anything that you find, as long as you bring the relatively rectangular thing that will be in the captain's drawer. There's paper on the inside. I know you probably won't be able to read what's inside, but there will be things written in ink. Lines and
that's
shapes
that book
and
thing you were
such.
talking about.
Yeah, a book.
Oh,
a book.
Hey,
Right.
so what are you doing? What are you gonna do while we go get this book? Like, why don't you come with us?
I could. I tell you, I could. I'm not gonna.
I
Why?
think he's already proven he doesn't like to spend too much
well-
time on the boat.
So, there's a couple reasons. One, she ate all of my friends, so she owes me. And two, because you were with her group, you earn her debt, and so now you just go find the book. I'm letting you keep any of the treasure. There could be some cool shit over there. I don't know. I didn't really look. I was just looking for the book, but it was iced off and it was really awkward, so I couldn't find it. Yeah, there was ice where the book was. To be honest with you, I didn't look very hard.
So say we don't find anything on this boat besides the book. What's in it for us?
Well, I mean, that's the risk you take, really. I know
So
there
what's
was
so
treasure
important
there.
about the book?
Okay. He sort of looks around. The captain made some, let's just say, favorable deals with some of the 10-towners. And I, being the last sole representative of the Dark Duchess, who didn't devolve into cannibalism, feels a need. No, not a need, but rather a responsibility to ensure that those deals are resolved peacefully.
Okay. Well, what do you guys think?
I mean,
Well,
the
I
boat's
think-
not that far, right?
Group huddle.
Oh yeah, you guys talk. I'm gonna be just over there. Don't worry. My people don't have particularly keen hearing, so I won't be eavesdropping necessarily.
That's great.
Yeah, I felt it important to share because we've developed this circle of trust that we're now ring around the rosieing in.
What is this ring around the rosy and you speak?
Sven will just kind of like put his arm around Jacques and be like, "It's okay. He's just being dumb."
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the dumb one. And he turns around and goes to the other side of the dock to let all of you discuss.
Okay, so I don't like him.
No, he's obviously a pussy. Sorry.
Well,
He just ran away in the
That.
middle of a battle and never came back till all his friends were eaten.
And
Come
now he
on.
wants us to go get a
battle,
book.
they're stranded, but yeah.
Yeah, but he's the
Oh,
left because I think he's a coward. So what if we just act like we're not gonna go get the book and just walk away and see what he does?
But maybe we should go get the
What
book
is the point
and
of doing
read
that?
the book, and maybe the book will tell us something great. Nobody said we have to give him the book, but maybe it'll have like cool info for us.
yeah, or maybe the ship like flies.
Totally.
Maybe.
It could fly.
You're thinking of the Flying Duchess. This is the Dark Duchess.
Yeah, this is more
Oh,
like
yeah.
a chocolate cake. It's the dark chocolate Duchess.
Oh yeah, okay. Then yeah, probably is not gonna fly. I guess it would fly if it was in the ground. It would just be like woo and then get away. But yeah, I mean it sounds a little bit closer and easier than going and finding the D. So I
We
mean
can always go find the D later. It's dead. It's not going anywhere.
I will also be the one to say treasure, potentially.
oh
I
yeah,
like
what's
treasure.
treasure?
We have no idea what is or isn't on that ship until we see it.
Mhm. I feel like he wouldn't want this logbook unless there was like secret bad info in it.
Well, my assumption, and I could be wrong, is that he wants to make the money.
Yeah, so
he
we
might be
could
able to
make the money.
Yeah, we could. What do you guys think? Yay,
Let's
nay,
go get the B and then we'll get
bay.
Yeah. We'll just go
And-
through the alphabet in totally random orders.
Okay.
So it's the D or the DD?
Hmm.
the B.
The B?
The B
What's
on
the
the
dates?
DD.
The B and the DD.
Yes.
Maybe the
Today's
D on the
stream is
DD.
brought to you by the letter B. Stream will be brought to you by the letter D.
Hey,
Wow, chicka, wow, wow.
Icehold episode 11, Hunters of the D, coming to you in 2 weeks here on the Talon and Claw Twitch channel. All right, so he turns around and he says, what did you intrepid whatevers decide?
Yeah, we'll go get your book for you.
All right. Oh, and just you seem honest, but your friend ate all of my friends, so
Did she lie about it?
I don't know. I haven't talked to her. I tracked her to here. The book is encoded, so unless you know the code, it's unlikely you'll be able to learn anything from the book. Just in case, you wanted to go and try and, I don't know, betray me or whatever. Cannibal friend keepers that you are. I'm sure you wouldn't. But I just wanted to put that out there. No, yeah,
It doesn't sound like us at all.
We didn't even bring that
Exactly.
up in the meeting.
No, of course not. No, I'm sure didn't come up at all.
No.
All right, great. I feel good. Probably not the right word.
Great.
Also not the right word. But
feel.
this is something that has happened. That's how I will describe it. And good luck. I will be here waiting for you.
Cool. Sounds
So you're literally
good.
just gonna chill right here while we go get your book.
Well, yes. And while you investigate the Dark Duchess for all of the treasures it could potentially hold, and you could keep if you find.
Okay.
Yeah, and what else is there? Like people wise, dead things wise, other cannibal wise. What are we walking into exactly?
As far as I know, when I was there last, it was just a ship full of corpses. And then it was buried by ice and snow. I can't really tell you much more than that.
So those corpses weren't like coming up and being like, "Oh, hey, I gotta eat your brain, eh?"
No, they didn't really talk to me.
They didn't just go brains.
No, not last time I was there. No.
Okay. Well, that sounds okay.
That's positive.
Yeah, let's go. There's nothing sus about this.
Great. So this is something that has happened to us.
It is something that has happened and is still happening.
Yes, it's happening. That is something that I would use to describe this scenario. All right, Oral's blessings to you, and good luck. Whatever. I'll
Okay,
be
bye.
Okay,
Good oral
bye.
to you too.
Good luck to
Thanks,
you.
bye.
Getting here. Don't
Did
get
Did he
tired.
say Oral's blessing to you? What did he say?
Yeah. That's why I told him good oral to you too, because I was just like, maybe he likes oral a lot.
I mean,
Who
it's not
doesn't?
the worst.
Man, we are on a one track 9 tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Tonight.
Oral is spelled AUR something L
Put an umlaut in there and then it's right.
Oh, like
with a little swishy thing.
Yeah, the swishy thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go get this book.
All right.
B.
So you
Where do we
walk-
go from here?
You walk out onto the ice, and you've walked onto frozen lakes before. In fact, you've walked onto this frozen lake before, but it's different. It's as though the ice it feels unsettled. It's firm beneath your feet. You're not worried about falling through, but there's some feeling that you get as you walk across the ice, as though something isn't quite the same as when you were here before.
Like the ice is emotional.
Don't know. You can't say for sure.
Okay. Can
you have-
we
do you have speak with
investigate or
ice?
perception it?
Yes, absolutely. Make me a perception check.
It's just initiative that I have to double roll for, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Well, wait, we had a long rest, so she should be exhausted.
It did not go away.
It didn't go away
It
because
persisted.
Gary's the DM. All right. This is a perception check. I got
Correct.
21.
Yeah, you actually can tell it feels like the ice is warming slightly, as if some force that you can't quite tell has caused a shift, and you can infer from this that's why the ship was revealed from the ice all of a sudden in recent times, that something is causing some movement in the ice. You don't feel unsafe, but you know something is happening and you can't quite tell what.
Mm. Hey guys, the
Okay,
ice
so-
the ice is emotional. It feels shifty.
Okay, so let me just put it out there real quick before we get any further. If you guys die, don't eat me. I'll eat you. That's fine. I don't care about that. Just don't eat me because I don't want to be eaten.
But there's so much of you. Like if
I
you're
know,
dead,
and-
you won't even know.
I know, but it wouldn't be very good because I have no fat. It would just be like horrible. It'd just be sitting there like forever. It wouldn't be good. So don't eat me, and then we're all good.
Like these are
Okay.
valid points, but we're just gonna have to see what happens, you know?
Yeah, we might have to hollow you out and
Mm.
use you as like a warm shelter.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
that I'm
I
okay
think
with.
I think I'd be a joy to eat.
I hear bone marrow's very good.
Can we
Very, very nutritious.
Yeah.
can we see a boat in the distance?
Not yet.
Wow.
No. Okay.
Back on task.
Way to be on the ball, Jacques.
Ah,
Are we there yet? No.
Everybody's like, well, I'd eat you. I wouldn't eat you. We may need to make you a sled. And Jacques is like,
There's the boat.
anyways,
the
our
boat.
quest.
I mean, I was gonna make a
Uh.
comment about how we have Holly and she's got berries because she's great at that and she keeps us alive. So we probably won't have to eat each other, but like that's fine. We can talk about the boat.
well, I mean, if we fall through the ice, like I'm just trying to see what I can see because we're on ice and you think it's warming up. Like I don't want to be
I mean, I didn't say
So-
warming up. I said shifty.
shifty. Okay.
I do have an idea. We all have quite a bit of rope, right? So what we can do is we can tie each other, like give us a good like 10, 15 feet or so in between, and everybody ties in a line. And then it's just like when you're going up a mountain, somebody goes to fall, same sort of thing. If somebody goes to fall in the lake or
Everyone
whatnot, then
falls.
we can just all swim and it'll be a big happy swim party.
So
Love
can we
it.
all swim?
Or we can
That's
save
the
them,
question.
whatever.
I did that at the YMCA.
I can turn
once,
into
yeah.
things that can swim.
Let's be real. How deep is this place?
See,
In
we're-
fact,
it's perfect.
Ben could probably just like stand there with Jacques on his shoulders and they could just waddle through. It'd be us three that are screwed. They'd leave the ladies to die.
Oh yeah, I am excellent at chicken fighting. You should
Mhm.
see me when Jacques is on the bottom and I'm on the top. He holds his breath for like 5 minutes. It's great.
So you're a
Well,
bottom.
he probably doesn't do it anymore, but whatever.
What
We
is
switch.
happening in this
We
D&D game
switch.
right now? I do not even know. This shit has gone so far off the rails. I have lost complete control of the Iceholes tonight, everybody. My God.
What is this
What is
kangaroo
happening?
game?
This is chaos. Okay. Wow.
We've established so many things though.
All right, so you continue walking forward. After about 2 hours on the ice, you've probably gone quite a bit further than the hill giant, whose name you did not politely request, sent you toward this ship. But then all of a sudden, you see what looks to be spikes coming out of the ice, almost as though something drove them up from beneath the water. They surround
Wait, spikes coming through the ice or ice spikes?
spikes made of ice, surrounding a wooden hull. You can hear the shifting of the ice is actually affecting the boat. It's almost a low, imperceptible moan, as if the gradual crushing of the ice plates are pressing on the ship and it's slowly dying.
The ship is
It's a
dying.
bad way to go.
Yeah.
Will anybody hear that? That was a weird sound. Weird.
Sven, I'm like
Weird.
right below you, so like it just sounds like you're like talking directly into my ear when you do that.
I didn't do that. Moo.
What is that noise?
There you go. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's a weird sound. I didn't know that chips could moo.
I'm just surprised you're trying to talk back to the ship. Just saying.
You'll not be surprised by that after you've been with us for a few days.
Fair. Do we
I
see
rolled to
anything
seduce
else?
the chip.
So the ice
Moving
is shifty
on.
and the boat is cranky.
Yeah.
So
We're
do we
well
see
over-
anything else?
Nope.
Can we should we check? We should check the ship and stuff. Wow. Roll to seduce the ship. I mean, we should check the ship before we get on the ship. If there's all these like ice
Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
Thanks.
Who would like to make an investigation check?
I will.
Great. What's your investigation bonus?
Oh, I don't get to roll
No, you do not.
to.
Okay, that's that number. So you investigate the ship. I assume you walk around it. You're sort
And
of
you're
checking
like,
up and
oh,
down.
there's a ship. Great.
You check up and down. You notice that there's different kinds of damage on the hull, almost as though it was stuck, then released, then caught again. You can't really tell much more than that, but it doesn't look like you're in imminent danger at the moment.
Can I tell what it was caught by?
No.
All right, cool. Well, hey guys, like the ship's been through some shit, but I think we should go on it. Try to find the book.
All right.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah, you're easily able to climb the ice up to, with your crampons and your rope, you're able to ascend to the ship. There's two ladders on either side, and you're able to easily get up. Once you get up to the top, you're able to... Hang on. All right. Oh, I think I'm good. Once you get up to the top, you see that... there's really only the forecastle of the main deck and the aft castle left. The wheel remains intact, but the middle part of the ship is actually quite damaged, and that's all you can tell from a cursory investigation.
Okay, should we investigate more then? I mean, if he's all like, it's a cursory investigation, that feels like more investigating should happen.
Can I are we up on the ship right now?
You are up on the ship right now, yes.
Can I put my ear down to the planks and see if I can hear anything down below?
Absolutely. What is your perception bonus?
It is +3, +2.
As Holly does that, I'm gonna go. Moo.
So you hear a cow. You don't know how it could have survived in this cold by itself, but you are damn sure that there's a cow somewhere nearby.
Man, I don't know why did they resort to cannibalism if there's livestock on board?
It's a great
That's a
question.
really good question.
It's really
That
the
is
question
just-
of our time.
That is just utterly ridiculous.
Man,
Negative inspiration, Anthony. So bad.
Oh, I love it. You know what we could do? We could just tip this thing over and find it.
No, I don't accept that. I don't
So do
accept
I know
that
where the
at all.
captain's quarters is at? Like, would I have a good no,
You-
just where to like straight beeline it for this
Nope.
book?
You have no idea where the captain's quarters would be.
Cool. Do I see
Captain's
a door
quarters
anywhere?
usually like there.
Do I see a door or anything?
You see a giant opening in the hole, almost as though something ripped it open from the top of the ship. You see the forecastle of the ship, which is sort of the front, and the aft castle where the wheel is.
Can I go down in the hole?
You just want to jump down in the hole by yourself before looking at everything else? Sure.
That's
no
how you
problem.
get shot in the face. Just FYI.
And are we still all tied up to each other? Just
that-
wondering.
You
Yeah.
tell me. Yeah.
Yeah, if we're still tied up. You're just gonna go down and then. Ugh.
So Anthony
Yes.
jumps in the hole,
Just, like,
and he's still
letting
tied to
you know.
Sven, and his legs are like, he's hanging in the air like a fish on a line. And Sven, what are you doing? Jacques kind of just took a swan dive in the middle of the open space in the ship. What are you gonna do? He's just sort of
Oh.
dangling there.
Yeah, as
Can I
well,
look
as soon as I see it happen, I immediately am like, oh god, he's gonna yeet himself again. And then
another trust fall.
so, yeah, another trust fall with nobody down there. So I'll like plant, I'll put my weight down a little bit. I'll wait for him to go, and then I'll hear like the ding, as the rope gets tight and it goes around him, and I'll be like,
So as I'm like,
and then I'll just go hand after hand pulling him back up. You're like, you can't go down there. What are you thinking?
Well, no, I want to look around, like, do like the Thor Ragnarok thing as I spin on my rope. Do I see anything like inside the hole?
Not really. You see some rooms, but nothing outwardly as you're spinning around.
Okay, so I say, "Hey, Sven, pull me up."
And then I'll go ahead and pull him back up. It'll be like, yeah, so it might be nice if you told us what you're gonna do before you just do it. Like, have you ever heard that story about the stupid sailor who put himself in a cannon and just shot himself off the boat? I mean, that's just something totally stupid that nobody should ever do.
And then said, "Hey guys, I'm going to shoot myself out of a cannon," as he's sailing through the air.
Exactly. See, the omniscient God has obviously heard this story too, and he knows exactly what I'm talking about.
All right, so there's the forecastle and there's the aft castle. There's the wheel at the back of the ship, and there's a big hole in the center of the. What would you like to look at first, if anything?
Look at the holes.
Before we start looking around,
Yep.
Holly will say, a ship out in the middle of nowhere, caught in the ice, is a perfect place for something to, take up residence. So we should probably try and be a little quiet, just in case. Make my job a little easier.
As
Jacques
is spinning around in the middle of the lower deck, saying, "I don't see anything, guys. I don't see anything at all.
I can fly."
All right. Yeah. So what do you guys do? It's completely up to you.
Seems like my voice flipped there.
Holly just stares at her party and dejectedly starts casting Goodberry.
We appreciate
Oh yeah, that's
that.
probably a good idea. And I'm gonna go ahead and haul Jacques up. Like, okay, so if we're all gonna be attached together, all you have to do is you just have to pull this one rope that's right in front of you. Just pull that, and then it'll disconnect you. But for right now, it's nice and tight. So if you need to get out, just pull it, and it'll come right off you. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So I think that Holly was right. We should be a little quiet because I don't trust that big ugly dude.
And there are cows on this ship, and we don't want to startle them.
They could be
Oh, yeah.
demonic cows for all we know.
We're definitely not
Or
milking
dire
this
cows.
at all.
But Holly finishes casting her spell, then she puts a berry in everyone's hands. You know the drill. You know the drill. You know the drill. Hey Izzy,
Don't know the drill.
if someone is dying, you can put this in their mouth and it'll make them not die. Or if you
very
get
handy.
hungry, it'll be a full meal.
I like it.
That's the good beat.
Well, besides the hole, is there a door on
There's the forecastle, the aft castle with the wheel, and the big hole in the middle of the floor.
Well, we already
I
checked
thought we were at a ship, not a castle.
Yeah.
So what is this castle business?
Want to go to the forecastle, guys?
Let's do it.
Go.
Okay.
Team. Doc will kind of like lead the way. I don't know where he's at in the line of rope, but he's going to attempt to be the lead.
So you notice that the forecastle is actually bowed. And Isadora, you can tell that is not from the ice. It's as though some immense weight had been resting on top of it. The railing on the port side of the vessel is broken. And give me an investigation check, if you would.
It's big and heavy and could do that to wood. I'm just saying. I'll just put it out there right now, but it could be the D.
Wait,
Okay.
the D gave wood to the ship? What?
What? No, the D. It's
don't know
big
what-
and it's
You
heavy
don't
and it
know what
could
Ds
bow
are
the wood.
into. Don't be judgy.
What did you get in investigation?
6.
Okay, yeah, so that's what you see.
All the time tonight. It's just like, oh, you're gonna roll for some cool like lore or history or information that'll be incredibly useful. 2, 6, 1. Yep,
Hashtag
we're
I'm
on
gonna
fire.
D&D.
reroll.
We're
I'm
gonna
gonna
reroll.
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 Yes, we've had a lot of rerolls.
Reroll Jenkins.
Wait, what is it?
Investigation.
Investigation.
17.
Yeah. So you actually see that. You kind of you look and you see nothing, but then you take a second glance. You think, no, I missed something. You look over the side of the ship where there are open gun ports, and you see that the gun ports have been cracked under a heavy weight as well. And as you're over on the side, you notice that there are deep indentations from massive claws as well.
Claws.
I told
Yeah.
you it was the D.
He did tell you
There's
it was
an
the D.
angry D out here clawing shit up.
Okay.
So like, or a
do the,
cow, like a very angry demonic cow.
Does it look like the marks are recent or old, or can I not?
hard to tell. Hard to tell. Yeah.
Mm,
There it is again.
Mystery. We're
okay,
well
let's
enough to figure it out.
guess can we climb up that front castle portion thing? Or is
I
it
mean,
like,
you're just sort of up on top of it already. It's not hard to get to. There's stairs.
oh,
It's just sort of cracked, like you'd expect it to be flat with the boards sort of flush like this, but they're sort of like all cracked and bent down like this. Clearly, some giant weight was resting on it, and Isadora seems to think it might have been repeated.
Do we see any other ways in the ship or around the ship now that we're at a different vantage point?
No, the only thing left is the wheel and the open hole in the deck.
So I say we go to the wheel.
Sure. Yeah. This is where the ship is steered from. There are large wooden planks that make up the wheel. It's not a finely crafted wheel at all. Anybody want to do anything while you're here, or just go on to the next thing?
Well, if the ice seemed weird, I wonder if there's like something that has attacked the ship, and maybe it's lurking beneath. Hey, Sven, can you do that? Here, fishy, fishy, fishy. Do you think that may do something? I mean,
so okay, so
trick.
normally I would do that for you, like no problem. But today we are trying to be a little stealthy and quiet, and maybe not call up the evils from the deep, because we already have the demonic cows down below. So we're like, yeah, you don't. I could do it, but I don't know if it's a good idea.
Well, so should we go down in the hole? I mean, I already looked. There's some rooms down there.
Well, you did say captain's quarters, right? So does that mean that there's 4 rooms?
Hard to tell. You didn't really look closely. You just sort of spun around and said, "I can fly."
Should we throw him back down with a lantern?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I have dark vision, but yeah, like send me down in the hole and I'll do some investigating.
Okay. So what are you planning to? So you're done with the wheel. What are you doing now?
Going back towards
guess
the
I'm-
hole and lowering shock into it.
Before Jacques lowers, I'm gonna give him guidance.
Awesome. So Jacques is going to slip himself into the hole, and that is where we are going to end our game for tonight. Thank you all so much for joining us. For everybody who rated and stuck with us, we are Talon and Claw. This is Iceholes, Rime of the Frostmaiden. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's
ended
go
as
around the
soon as
horn.
Jacques entered the hole. That seems pretty par for tonight.
It's interruptus, one might say. Jacques, what do you got for us?
What do I got for you? I'm just gonna chill in a hole for the next 2 weeks, I guess.
All right. And where can the people find you?
You can find me on Talon and or at Talon Claw on Twitters. You can join our Discord group. We teased some really cool things in there today. I'm not going to announce what it is, but you can go find it if you join our Discord. We like to have a lot of fun with everybody.
Yeah, we had a whole plot.
Take over the shop.
Yeah, between Joe and I, or Chippy and I.
Yeah. So yeah, you can find me here Tuesday. You can find me here every Sunday with Travis, Mini Terrain Domain, and Gary playing some Sea of Thieves. And we're about to add probably another stream doing some Outriders, I believe. We got to talk about that. So yeah, thanks everybody for stopping by. I'll shut up now.
All right. Sven Stormar Jorgensen.
Yeah, I am Travis. At GM_Travis_ on Twitter, because at GM Travis is not available. I guess I want to just sign off with a quick joke. Knock knock.
No.
Interrupting cow.
Interrupting cow.
Thank you.
Negative inspiration.
Thank you.
Izzy.
I'm Sylvia, and I have to live with Travis.
You
I'm
get
sorry.
inspiration. You get inspiration for putting up with his shit every day.
And that's pretty much all I got. I do have a Twitter, and eventually I will actually remember what that handle is.
Lexi.
I'm Lexi. I'm at Lexi Lane on Twitter. I don't know how to use Twitter yet, so nothing's going to be on there really. I have a knock knock joke for you, Travis.
Oh yeah.
But you have to start it.
I have to start it.
Yeah.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
You're dumb.
You're dumb. Who? Great joke, Travis.
You're
That's it.
Okay, moving on. Allie.
Hello. I have to live with Gary. Do I get inspiration?
No, you get the blessings of living with this guy.
Okay.
Everyone is jealous in the chat. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, of you. But anyway, I also have Twitter. I don't use it very much. I mainly use it to mock Gary. So if you want to follow me, it's at Allie Parrish, because I personally find that to be enjoyable. And you'll find me partaking in the Sea of Thieves pirate stream on Sunday night while I yell random things into Gary's microphone. And that's all I do. Like, that has to do with this. So I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Our next session, for those of you who are interested in joining us, is going to be on April the 20th. We run Iceholes Rime of the Frostmaiden every 2 weeks, so do stick with us for that. I do have 2 links that I would like to give a shout out to, some things that we've been working on. I mentioned it earlier, but our friends from Legendary Pants are doing a Kickstarter based on all of your favorite drinks. Are you interested in bourbon or mead dice or absinthe or Shirley Temple if you're driving? Check it out, please, if you would be so kind. It ends in just a couple days. The dice are wonderful, and they are the sponsor for the Quest for the Cure this year. They're sponsoring all 6 of our episodes from April till September. We're really excited. We just announced that today. So a big thank you to them. Please do check out their dice. And speaking of Quest for the Cure, there'll be more information about this over the next week. However, there is an opportunity once again for you to join our quest. On April 24th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific, the Quest for the Cure resumes on twitch.tv/Team Squada. I'll be joined by DDAL admin Amy Dezura, Star Wars game producer Blair Brown, Eric Morden, who's a Squad Up ambassador, comedian Emma Wakeland, and once again, the creator of the Forgotten Realms, Ed Greenwood, to raise money for Duchenne muscular dystrophy, and you can play. For every donation of $25 you make between now and then, you get a chance to win. The more you donate, the more your chances go up. We're going to pick somebody on April 21st. I'm going to put the link in the chat. You can learn about Quest for the Cure, why we're doing this, and how you can donate to win. I'm Gary. I'm at fortnerd.com. DOTCOM, and I'm going to sign off by saying thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the raid.
We're gonna raid. We're gonna raid.
Do we want to raid? Do we want to raid Sunny Seeley or Josh Simons?
Demiplane's on. Let's go raid them.
Let's go raid Demiplane. Love Demiplane.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Thank you all.
Bye.
See you on the
Thanks for watching.
Twitters.
Have an excellent night.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Cows go.
Cows go what? Cows go who?
Cows don't go who, they go moo.
Nice.
You put me on the spot, Lexi.
Probably the
How am I supposed to
Yeah.
think of these amazing jokes?
Just so
Hey,
you know.
did you know? Like, you can take us offline, Gary. Did you know that, like I just went to our channel, and so like if you click to join the raid or whatever, they can still hear us because we're still live. So I joined.